Hello everyone, MD here with Nerd Knight's most recent ultra rare TMR rankings covering a staggering 110 TMRs. This will be the third installment of our ultra rare TMR rankings, and many TMRs have shifted after lots of playtesting in the wild. Similar to our unit tier guide, we break the TMRs down into 5 tiers: Moogle, Cactuar, Chocobo, Tonberry, and the best of the best, Behemoth. Let's start with the worst, our Moogle D tier. These are the TMRs that you definitely shouldn't go out of your way to get unless you're a completionist, kind of like the 135th soldiers in Final Fantasy VII. You can get them and they're kind of cool to have, but they don't really serve a useful purpose in the game. Coming in as the worst ultra rare TMR in War of the Visions, we have Veln's Lightning Halberd. A mega rare Ice Lance provides more attack, and the conditional accuracy gain on a critical hit is laughable. Snuggles is also dependent on a critical hit to activate. Lamega's lightweight Steel Fist is worse than a mega rare Kaiser Knuckle, and I'm sorry Chris, but Freddy is on this screen for the worst TMR twice. Well, the victory ribbon is terrible. Luarthar's Arcadia gun is outclassed by many other gun-based weapons in the game. It's the same story for Cowl's hunting bow, and Winter Victor's bell-adorned ribbon isn't that useful because the jump statistic hasn't really been that useful in the game thus far. Ramza's outfit is pretty worthless, as TP usually isn't an issue in battle, and Moraga's Barbarian King's axe comes in at number 102. And although it's the best axe in the game, let's be real folks, it's an axe. There's not a whole lot of use for it right now. And now we've made it to Salir. Oh Salir, we were wrong about your magical string, but why oh why is this your favorite dress? It's not flattering, my love. Like an upright giant magenta Papazon chair. It looks like it's consuming you. Oh wait, it actually is consuming you, quite literally if you look at its ability. Take it off, sweet Salir, and let's never talk about it ever again. Howlett's Sawilo coat also consumes its wear. Inglebert's Solidus shield turns you into Hulk for a turn in exchange for a pound of flesh, and at 98 we have Skull's Gauntlet of Thunder, which mirrors Inglebert's TMR, except instead of attack it modifies magic. At 97 is Lemur's Staff of Providence, which gives a measly plus 10 bonus to single target resistance, and as beautiful as Venera Winter is, her kitty hood is nothing to put on your Christmas or Chris Moogle list. Victora's Greed Armor might be useful on a spear-wielding unit, but nothing else. Raldor's Adamantine Ornament is a mega booster for accuracy, but honestly, who is wasting their TMR slot on enhancing accuracy? I'd rather have a 135th soldier. Stern's Lion Armor comes in at 93. It boosts AoE resistance, which is great, but only benefits the wearer in this instance, and being armor, it limits those who can equip it. At number 92, we have Whisper's Magicite Mask. Given the right circumstance and the right tank wearing it, it has the ability to save a squishy friend's backside in battle. If only Cecil could have had this when Tella took on Goblez. Rest in peace, old man. 91 is Eileen's Scanning Goggles, which provide a wealth of bonuses to attack and hit points, followed by Elsarel's Heart-Shaped Hairpin, which provides a boost to spirit, but its ability is nothing to swoon over. Next is Katone Summer Swimsuit's tiny little summer hairpin. You thought I was going to say something else, didn't you? Come on now, get your head out of the Midgar underside. Her hairpin provides some spirit and missile resistance, but be honest, you're not going to use that. Rounding out our Moogle tier is 9S's Yorha Combat Clothes, which might give regen, but for all practical purposes, recovering 10% of your HP in a turn isn't going to save you from the next hit you take. If the combat clothes have any real value, it comes in Nullifying Charm and keeping those steamy lamias away. And Delita's Endurance Vest, which allows for some AP manipulation but gains most of its value in being an armor type that provides a significant boost to evade. Next up is our Cactuar C tier, which features TMRs that have useful abilities in specific scenarios and modes of the game. Leading off is Laswell's Clothes at 86, which provide an airship load of crit. Actually the most in a single modifier in the game for a piece of equipment, but not much in terms of anything else, which is where it pales in comparison to Barrett's vest or Titus's shoes. At 85, 84, and 83, we have Ildira's Calculator's Robe, allowing the wearer to switch places with an enemy and then take another turn immediately via the Quicken ability that it bestows, Gilgamesh's Helm of the Sworn, which would have a lot more value if it lasted for 3 turns instead of 1, and Thancred's Bodyguard's Coat, which finds its usefulness in the singular aspect of defending against light element teams. 82 and 81 are Elda Leonis' Guardian's Mantle and the Warrior of Light's Gauntlets of Light, which will puff up a team's HP larger than the Mom Bomb from Final Fantasy IV. Number 80 is Weekend at Bernie's Zazan's Jacket of the Upstart. It'll really boost the damage that an Earth unit can deal, even to wind units because of the Earth penetration bonus, plus it provides 15 evade, which is tied for the best single bonus in War of the Visions. The downside here is that it is highly specialized in usefulness to Earth element units. Fryevia's Florid Hairpin is highly effective for wiping out any 122Bs, Ayakas, Tifas, Halloween Leelas, or Lucias that you find in the wild. Prompto's Camera is useful for units that you don't want targeted at all, and Gargus's Magicite Breathing Apparatus provides a decent boost to magic attack for allies. Luel's Sage's Beret boosts luck, which in and of itself is extremely rare for a piece of equipment. Raychess's White Armor is good for amplifying critical damage for allies, and Barrett's Vest is similar to Laswell's Clothes in the fact that it provides a great deal of crit, but it also provides 10 defense as well as crit evade. Coming in at 73 is Sakura's Clothes, which decreases activation time by 35% for 4 turns. Then Tifa's Elbow Pad, which provides a significant attack boost to allies, and Nivlu's V-Clan Mask, which increases the evade of allies by a significant amount. You know what they say, the best defense against a strong attack is, well, not get hit at all. Number 70 is Kelfe's Staff Mage's Hairpin, which provides resistance to single target attacks, and it is an accessory, meaning that anybody can equip it. However, it does decrease a unit's resistance to AoE attacks, so pay attention to your matchups and make sure to use something else if you're going up against an AoE heavy team. Camillo's Custom Armor provides a bonus to light attack, making it useful to boost units like Rob or Warrior of Light, and it provides both defense and spirit. The downside is that it is classified as armor, and thus the roster of units that can equip it is thinned out. Kylo Stern's Accursed Armor takes the edge off single target attacks and provides a good chunk of defense, making it useful for frontline tanks. You may have noticed that most of the Raise and Recover max HP equipment have been featured in our Cactuar tier, and Min Wu's First Aid Bag is no exception. The reason we have it ranked slightly higher than the others is for its ability to nullify confusion, disable, and stun, which comes in handy in some of the more difficult multiplayer quests. Rounding out our C tier is Terra's Clothes, which significantly boosts the evocation gauge and features solid gains in both defense and spirit. Now on to our Chocobo B tier. A lot of what you're going to see and hear relates to damage mitigation or damage modification. None of the gear in this tier is a waste of your resources, but maybe not the gear that you are actively targeting in the development of your overall unit roster. At number 65, we have Rob's Glinting Armor, which boosts slash attack for nearby allies. Then Starlight and Lena's Radiant Grace, which is quite similar to Rob's Glinting Armor, except that it provides resistance to light and dark attacks. Yurma's Herculean Waistcloth enhances the user's attack significantly. Glishella's White Wolf's Armor is at 62 for its ability to recover AP while also mitigating slash attack damage, and Lucio's Emberlight Mantle has the incredibly useful AP restore ability, but isn't featured higher in our rankings because the bonus is only 10%. A couple of helmets are up next. First, Dwayne's Helm of Remorse provides some defense and spirit and finds its usefulness in boosting magic resistance for the unit wearing it. More likely than not, a tank charging the magic ranks of an opponent. Second, we have Golbez's Helm, which halves attack skill activation time, but isn't placed higher because of the limitations on who can and can't equip helms. Auron's Clothes give a 50% boost to attack for 3 turns, Ibarra's Hairpins provide a 100% boost to magic for 1 turn, making them excellent for boss raids or some of the brutal difficulty espers, and Winter Ramada's Sagewood Hairpin is a lot like Auron's Clothes, except it gives a bonus to movement. At number 55, we have Winter Mosheri's Angel Ribbon, which is an excellent TMR to utilize at the beginning of battle to give adjacent allies AP. Not to mention, it has its own defense and spirit gains and is an accessory, meaning anybody can look pretty if they want to. Next up, we have Cloud's Soldier's Shoulder Pad. Really, Gumi? His shoulder pad? Not a buster sword that could have boosted all elemental attacks? Maybe a weapon that provided some defense as well? Heck, we probably would have rather had Cloud's iconic hair as an accessory that has an automatic % chance to charm any female unit or blind any male unit that ends their turn in its radius. But I digress. We'll just have to accept the fact that we get his lame shoulder pad, although it does have some useful stat gains and an ability that reduces AP usage, so I guess that's a plus. Jaden's Emblem of Rundal is one of the most powerful accessories for ranged units as it mitigates damage and increases missile attack at the same time. Oberon's Dragon Fang Pauldrons nullify haste, decrease the enemy's chance to inflict a critical hit, and boost attack for self by 40%. It's a sweet piece of armor for a tank. Noctis's Prince's Fatigues is an all-around solid TMR, as they mitigate physical damage, provide AP auto restore, and a decent amount of defense and spirit. We would have rated this TMR a little bit higher if the AP auto restore was better than a meager 5%. Velric's Master's Spalder comes in at number 50, and while its classification of being an armor is why we didn't place it higher, the ability to increase surrounding allies' defense by 15 is powerful if you are going up against a physical attack heavy squad. Celeste's combat suit is number 49 and nearly mirrors Velric's, except instead of armor, it is cloth, and instead of boosting defense, it provides spirit to surrounding allies. A really great TMR when facing a magic-heavy team. Similar to Celeste's TMR, we have Farm's Peacock's Robe, which gives evade to the wearer, followed by Moore's Star Burial Pendant, which puts direct spirit and crit evade together in the direct stat bonuses for the wearer and can be equipped by anyone as it is an accessory. In the grand scheme of things, you should probably try to get one of these 3 TMRs for your unit roster, with an edge towards Moore. Rounding out our B tier of ultra-rare TMRs are Aerith's Clothes and Miranda's Red Jacket. Aerith's iconic pink clothes boost single target resistance for all surrounding allies a good bit, as well as provide the wearer with notable gains to defense and spirit. Who knew that some Midgar slum scraps were as strong as some of the land's best suits of armor? Anyway, the Red Jacket provides magic and slash attack boosts in addition to some nice defense and crit evade gains. And now onto our Tonberry A tier ultra rare TMRs. You really can't go wrong going after any of the TMRs we have listed in here, and they are certainly worthy of your time and valuable War of the Visions resources that you are hopefully hoarding. Number 44 is Summer Swimsuit Lilith's Sunglasses, which slightly edges the Emblem of Rundal in usefulness for ranged units. They increase range and amplify damage significantly. Bellis's Clammies of Fine Ice both decreases AP consumption and restores AP for allies, making it an excellent accessory to utilize at the beginning of a battle. And Violet's Replica Mask is perfect for units that you don't want being targeted in battle. Resnick's Purple Cloak increases all attack resistance for 3 turns for allies. Varush's Polions of the Unrivaled has an incredibly high spirit gain for armor, increases magic and dexterity significantly for the wearer, while King Mont's Lion's Cloak provides significant AoE resistance to allies and has decent defense and spirit gains. Rare U Halloween's Zombie Mask is at number 38, and Auto Revive needs no further explanation for why it is one of the game's finest TMRs. Joker's Replica Mask is up here for the multitude of significant bonuses that it provides surrounding allies: slash attack, missile attack, and AoE resistance. More the Merrier's auspicious Chongsam bestows shell on surrounding allies, while Agrias's Holy Knight's armor bestows shell and protect to the wearer. More the Merrier's TMR has a bit more versatility in who can equip it, but both are incredibly solid. Paladin Cecil's Saint Circlet is placed at 34 because of its ability to boost attack and magic for allies a great deal, and its flexibility in being an accessory. 33 is Queen's Replica Mask for its ability to make absolute assassins out of magic-based units, and Rosa's Barrette is at number 32. Now, like Final Fantasy XII, when discussing the most underrated Final Fantasy game in the series, Rosa's Barrette is one of the most underrated ultra-rare TMRs in War of the Visions. A 50% gain to both attack and magic for the wearer is ridiculous. It doesn't matter if you're a spellcaster, a tank, or somewhere in between. This accessory also unnecessarily gives 10 spirit as the cherry on top. Vaughn, Pinello, and Balthier rejoice! Mediena's Kaleido Moon is number 31. Boosting surrounding allies' attack, magic, and acquired AP is fairly self-explanatory as to why it's one of the best TMRs in the game. The fact that it is extremely easy to unlock for new players to the game adds to its value. At number 30, we have Rain's Clothes. 14 Spirit is crazy high for a TMR, and its AoE ability that gives a plus 25 Spirit boost to allies is insane. Rain's TMR can completely shut down magic teams in a hurry. Charlotte's Knight of Grandshelt Shield reduces damage taken, whether it be physical, magical, or otherwise, just damage taken, and restores AP to the wearer, giving it a combination of incredibly useful abilities to go along with significant HP and spirit gains. At 28, we have Kane's Dragoon Helmet. The ability to speed up a unit in any way is going to take precedent in value over other boosts and abilities. In this case, the Dragoon Helmet provides its wearer with haste, which significantly increases speed, but the TMR actually loses some of its appeal compared to other speed-enhancing TMRs because it is a helmet, which limits who can and can't equip it. Number 27 is Glaciella Regalia's Royal Wazette Dress. Remember that whole Queen's replica mask assassin thing? Yeah, this is that, except on steroids. Number 26 is Uldoa's weird loincloth or apron or whatever it is. The stats aren't great, but the AP restore and 50 defense penetration is one of the best abilities in the whole game. And number 25 is Garvel's Peacetime Brooch, which is a must-have for any magic-based unit. Significant boost to both magic and magic resist penetration is nastier than absolute virtue. Equip this bad boy on a mage and watch them go full Seymour Flux on the battlefield. Elsorel Summer Swimsuit's Blessed Ribbon is number 24, an accessory that allows almost any unit in the game to possess a full heal for your squad in battle should never be underestimated. And finishing out our A tier is Mosheri's Steel Maiden's Necklace at number 23. In our very first TMR rankings video back a couple years ago, we hated on the Steel Maiden's Necklace and ranked it really low, and holy meteors, we got more backlash than Final Fantasy II's lackluster ending. But as usual, all of you smart Moogles out there were right. It essentially provides all surrounding allies with a stronger protect and shell effect for 3 turns and recovers a ton of lost HP. It's pretty OP, so our apologies to the Kingdom of Horn. Please don't come skewer Chris and I with your hordes of incompetent soldiers. And finally, we've made it to our Behemoth S tier, the best of the best. These are the ultra rare TMRs that you should actively be hunting and unlocking to enhance your overall unit roster in the most effective ways. As was the case in our previous TMR ranking videos, an obvious premium has been placed on speed. Nothing outclasses it in War of the Visions. Number 22, Lannon's Todoroki Clammies. It's an accessory that gives defense and spirit, increases magic by 40%, and gives the wearer haste. There's not a single drawback to be found here. Number 21 is Yuna's Clothes, which lets any unit drop an AoE near full heal plus protect and shell on surrounding allies. Not to mention her threads are apparently as strong or stronger than most steel-based armors in the game. Just another piece of Yuna's absolutely ridiculous kit. Starting our top 20 best ultra rare TMRs in Final Fantasy War of the Visions is Venera Fennis's Bewitching Heals. The light killer boost is relevant as the light element roster at this point in time is the most robust in the game. This TMR helps a unit not be targeted in battle, it's an accessory, and it provides a direct bonus to agility. Number 19 is Katone's Saiga Gauntlet. Like Venera's heals, Katone's TMR helps its wearer from being targeted. It provides increased movement, lots of evade in case the wearer is targeted, and of course, a bonus to agility. Setia's Clammies of Fiery Fire comes in at number 18. It's another TMR that gives direct agility and also helps missile attack based teams. If you're constructing a missile attack PvP squad, you would be wise to have Setia's TMR as well as either Jaden's or Lilith's Summer Swimsuits TMR on 2 of your 3 units. Number 17 is Halloween Little Leela's Wolfband. It used to crack our top 10, but has dropped slightly because of the penalties to defense and spirit that come with it. But the fact that it increases magic by 80% is epic, like Rat's Tail 8-bit transforming into the Warriors of Light epic. The fact that Gumi tacked an extra 5 agility onto this TMR makes me feel like Edgar and Locke swooning over a fire-wielding babe. Titus's weird-looking shoes come in at number 16. There's really not a better TMR if you're building out a unit for critical damage. They also provide a bit of defense, which is a nice complement to the agility gain. Number 15 is Killface Summer Swimsuit's Exotic Pareo. AP restoration, magic damage mitigation, some nice built-in spirit, an accessory, and some agility. 5 pluses, no negatives, enough said. Number 14 is Orlando's Thunder God Cape. Ridiculously lowers damage taken by its wearer by 35%. It's an accessory, it gives damage, and, of course, agility. Number 13 is Ayaka's Sacred Step. More damage mitigation, 10 defense, 10 crit evade, and 5 agility. Simply put, this is a TMR that is routinely in Christenized squads for any game mode. Lara Croft's Backpack lands at number 12 in our rankings as what we consider to be the best missile attack enhancing TMR in War of the Visions. The downside here is that this TMR is currently tied to a limited release unit. If you're building a missile attack squad and you missed Lara, Setia and Jaden's TMRs are solid backups until Tomb Raider makes another appearance. Joom's Swiftwind Mantle is at number 11 as a powerful all-around damage mitigation TMR that provides agility and can be equipped by most in the game as an accessory. Top 10 time, the absolute best of the best. Number 10 is Aranea's Dragon Mail. Yes, it's an armor, which limits the units that can equip it. But if you're looking for the best all-around armor in the whole game to boost a frontline unit, this is it. Percent agility gain and a 20% decrease in activation time for abilities paired with moderate gains in defense, spirit, and evade make even the Doomgaze turn into an imp on the battlefield. Little Leela Beautiful Blade's Moonbow Battle Dress settles in nicely at number 9. 25% agility gain for surrounding allies is incredible. The crit evade and defense gains are pure green cherry icing on the cake. Number 8 is 2B's Yorha Combat Goggles, plus 7 Spirit, plus 10 Evade, acquired AP up 80%, and increase agility by 25%. No downsides, no catch, no tiny fine print that you should probably read, just 100% unfiltered, untainted, big whale flying to the moon awesomeness. At number 7, we have Winter Luartha's Sacred Dress. It's a lot like Little Leela Beautiful Blades TMR, except a better defense gain instead of crit evade. It provides a large boost to crit, and if you happen to use it in a wind element team, you're going to plain wreck people. We've placed Lucia's Bewitching Boots at number 6. For starters, they look awesome. You can't tell me that if your significant other walked into the bedroom wearing those, you wouldn't be hotter than Gurgu's Volcano, but the defense, evade, range, agility, and extra agility boosts are where these heals really dominate. Coming in at number 5 is Locke's Adventures Bandana. An AoE agility percent booster is ridiculously OP, and next to Luel's Beret, this is the only other ultra rare TMR at this time that boosts luck, an attribute that affects most of the statistics in the game in one way or another. Add in some defense, some spirit, and a ton of evade for good measure, and you can't go wrong with Locke's iconic look. Number 4, Raphael's Thorn Jacket. A lot of the selection quest units are fairly meh, but maxing Raphael is worth it for her jacket. Plus 14 Spirit is one of the highest direct spirit bonuses in the game, combined with an ability that increases the wearer's attack by 40% and their agility by 25% is plain ridiculous. Oh, and in the case that all wasn't good enough, let's just sprinkle some additional direct agility on there too. Coming in as our third best ultra rare TMR in War of the Visions is Helena's Witchy Black Rose Headdress. You're probably seeing a theme here with all the TMRs that give a percentage boost to agility, but in the case of this thick mama's TMR, it also heavily mitigates damage taken, provides a boost to magic, and tops it off with more additional agility. The second best ultra rare TMR by our rankings is Alstoria's Clammies of Hope. AoE percent agility booster for allies, AoE percent attack booster for allies, really nice defense and spirit gains for the wearer, and it's an accessory. Forget crystals, black materia, and magicite. Every Final Fantasy villain and every smart War of the Visions player is coming for this instead. And coming in at number 1, come on, was there ever a doubt? The Bells. AP auto restore and 7 agility. Terrible character, even at 120. And if we're being completely honest here, probably not the best ultra rare TMR in War of the Visions anymore, but hey, the Bells at number 1 feels right. Kind of like Edgar and the Chainsaw, or Sephiroth in a black trench coat, or Gumi and overpriced Vizor bundles. The Bells and number 1 just go together so well. There you have it, everyone. Nerd Knight's most recent ultra rare TMR rankings. Let us know in the comments if you found any creative and useful combinations with any of the aforementioned TMRs, and please like, sub, and share the love. We'll catch you next time.